from class 5.1. Okay, I will explain about language. Language consists of words. Word elements was composition consists of a collection of letters or units that have a meaning so that they can function to form sentences. Phrases and clauses are language units that contain a meaning or consists of one or more components. What is the basic until of language? Example: love, cat, and pen. Syntax, a set of rules that define a form or language or the proper argument or words in a phrase or sentences. Example: the most basic syntax follows. And then idiolect, habits in language to get closer to a person or group. A person-specific nickname way of speaking. Everyone has their favorite one idiolect. The differs from the way other people talk. Dialect variety of a language which has different pronunciation, grammar, or vocabulary than the standard language of the cultural. Example: consonants to the Chinese language. Okay, thank you.
Okay, my name is Faradia Anissa. I will continue the subtopic of language. And then there is slang. Slang is words or phrases that are informal language, and it is typically seen used in speech more often than writing. Therefore, the meanings of the words may not be apparent to all people. Example number 1: don't have a row. This term is used to try to calm someone down. And number 2 is salty. You can say someone is salty when they get upset or angry over something. The example of salty is: Nick is so salty since his parents took away his car. And then the subtopic of language is jargon. Jargon is a language which is only used and understood by the certain group. The example of jargon is number 1, best price. The meaning of best price is the best way to do something. And then drill down. The meaning of drill down is to look at a problem in detail. And the last is core competency. The meaning of core competency is basic strengths of a group or company. And the last subtopic of language is idiom. Idiom is a phrase or expression that typically present a figurative, non-literal meaning attached to the phrase. The example is: the grass is always greener on the other side. This idiom does not literally mean that the other side will always have greener grass. There might not even be a literal other side to the subject at hand, or grass for that matter. The meaning of this idiom is that people think the other person or someone in a different situation has it better or easier than they do. Okay, I think that's all for me, and then next to my friends.
Okay, strategy for translator. Dealing with non-equivalence at word level. For this situation where you got two words that aren't quite the same. For example, there's a Kindle. Kindle kind of look like a book. So for some countries they don't have a Kindle, so you can translate that as a book. Or maybe when you take a word with a more general meaning than the specific word. For example, there's a furniture that they don't have a name in English, so you can just go up a level with it's short of a table, or you can call it a table. Okay, there is 3 strategies in dealing with the idiom. First, translating idiom by using an idiom of similar meaning and form. This similar meaning means that the idiom show almost similar meaning of the idiom used in short language text. Alright, for example, idiom Indonesia-nya buah pikiran. Short language-nya setiap yang dilukisnya merupakan buah pikirannya. For target language-nya, everything he paint will be the fruit of bright mind. Alright, the second strategist is translating an idiom by using an idiom of similar meaning but dissimilar form. Kemudian short language-nya suaranya terdengar sangat berat layaknya seorang yang sedang tertekan batin. Kemudian target language-nya his voice was grave, normal for someone with sinking heart. Formnya berbeda but they still have some meaning. And then translating an idiom by paraphrasing. Translating an idiom by paraphrasing is the process of restarting the meaning of idiom by changing the form of the short language idiom into non-idiomatic expression in the target language text. For example, idiomnya banting tulang, kemudian short language-nya biar begitu miskinnya katanya, tapi lebih baik banting tulang. Target language-nya she might be poor, but she would rather struggle.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Putri Slametyananta from class 5.1. Okay, about strategies for translator, I will explain about dealing with proper names, dealing with non-subject sentences, and dealing with newspaper headlines. About dealing with proper names, massive discussion has been done related to the translation strategy, including the proper name. This study discussed the types of a proper name and the translation strategy of a proper name in an English Indonesian novel Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. The data will be presented qualitatively by using Peter Newmark and Lincoln Fernandez theories. 6 data are frequently typed into a dressing name, 4 are typed as a geographical place, and 1 as an object name. Moreover, the most strategies used to engage the equivalence effect are copy strategy with 7 data, and recreation strategy with 1 data. Therefore, the copy strategy can be a solution to deliver proper names into TL because it preserves the proper name and introduces the foreign name or foreign culture to the target language and target culture. Moreover, if the proper name has its equivalence meaning in TL, it might be translated by a rendition strategy. This is by far the most popular choice for translating in a proper noun into your target language. Transliteration is the method of converting the characters written in a source script to the target script. This is different from translation because it converts the pronunciation of the search word, not its meaning. Next, dealing with non-subject sentences, dealing with newspaper headlines. To sum up, this thesis makes an attempt to apply Newmark C and ST theory to news headlines translation. In this way, the translation practice is guided by theory and the quality of the translated news headlines can be improved. However, this thesis is far from being perfect. There is still much room for further improvement. Firstly, the examples need more comprehensive and in-depth analysis, and more perfect translation should be attempted. Secondly, due to the limit space and time, only some major distinctive linguistic, rhetoric, and cultural elements are discussed. Other elements should also be touched in future study. Okay, Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.